After getting a good rant in on his boss, he finally hopped out of the car and gulped back to his killing spree. In the next scene, Little Black seeks help but is robbed by thugs as Vincent returns from his kill. He had to take out 2 thugs once more, thinking about the gas station incident, reminding Little Black while they headed to that legendary bar. Cops arrived downstairs tracing blood and glass shards. Upstairs, colleagues found a worrisome eggshell-only narcotics cops news signaled the big boss. The drug lord shadow loomed. They asked neighbors and found a taxi parked here with 2 men circling. Narcotics officer recalled the San Francisco case where a taxi driver killed 3 innocent victims overnight. He dramatically committed suicide, yet cops doubted it. He had no criminal record. With no mental health issues, it left them scratching their heads. Who would kill 3 and then take the easy way out? An evening at the legendary bar sure relaxed everyone. Little Black was no longer tense while Vincent was all ears, slipping a little tip to the server. He was trying to invite the boss for a drink, while the boss had no clue that this guy had a deadly agenda. They hit it off, chatting about how the boss went from a performer starting at 19 to becoming the kingpin of this with time to spare. They talked about the bar's emptiness, then Vincent mentioned a big drug dealer. The boss' expression changed instantly. Little Black seemed to realize he was once a drug lord's minion, and he was to testify against the drug lord the next day. Little Black knew he had to act fast. Subtitle: as a fan of Choo-Choo, a legendary band or musician, observing the boss' disgruntled expression, he said, "Please tell him that I'm truly sorry, and I've indeed made 2 mistakes. He left me this unbelievable scar because he kept saying I could have been a star athlete. But let's be real, I've never played basketball. I got into this whole game a bit too late. At my last place, I knew what it was, just a fancy music school." "Oh, so you went to music school? Dad is a doctor, and they sure dropped some cash into that. I even wrote the music school's name on the wall, Miles to Julia, 1945. Sure, the boss gave irrelevant answers, so Miles left Julia before a year. Then he hunted down Charlie Parker. The next 3 years he spent with Charlie, while Little Black was growing increasingly. He knew he was a dead man walking, Vincent reminded him, because that guy's always been the voice of reason. But then the taxi phone rang again in surprise. Surprise. It was his dear mother's call. His mom asked the boss to contact him, hospitalized. She's usually visited by him nightly, but not today. Mom kept calling, nagging him on, and Vincent insisted they should go see her. Little Black was not having it. "You know she carried you for 9 months, but she says she's not into flowers." Subtitle: she also finds the flowers lovely. Little Black said a customer bought them, and Vincent casually dropped his bag. After some nice chatter, Little Black's eyes fixated on the bag on the floor that held Vincent's hit list, and he bolted right up. He made a desperate run for it, but there's just no outrunning a hitman. He chucked the bag off the overpass. The bag fell into a big truck, scattering papers, then crushed by another car. Vincent went mad. Little Black was ready to face his doom, but that briefcase had all the mission intel. Vincent decided against killing him and gave him a chance to redeem. The Knox picked up a lead. The police got 4 bodies shot to bits, 2 were thugs, and 1 was Tamara's lawyer. They were all blown away within half an hour. The coroner confirmed they all had 1 shooter to thank. Based on the gun's markings, it was evident there were 2 shots way too close together, like mere millimeters. Back in the taxi, Vincent aimed to hit up his boss for another hit list. But being a pro, he couldn't just waltz in. He sent Little Black to grab the deets instead. Little Black knew if he messed up, Vincent would rush to his mom's hospital. After a pat-down, the feds were creeping into position nearby. They were keeping an eye on the drug lord, and thanks to Vincent's name, Little Black made it through without a hitch. In front of the major drug lord underlings, Little Black awkwardly offered his apologies for the lost information. The drug lord was extremely disappointed. "What was that?" The drug lord quipped back. "I said, put the gun behind me, then take him out, duh." Vincent spent a few hours hanging out, picking up the knack of slipping things under the radar with ease. "I had to team up with him to keep the boss safe. only to screw it all up and lose the intel. He's taken out 3. Vincent's been in the game 6 years, never missed a terrifying hitman. The feds kicked into gear, amplifying the audio to eavesdrop on Little Black and the car's convo, only to discover the driver's name was Vincent. The drug dealer cop at the date escort was tomorrow. He trusted only Vincent, but still had his men watch him. Next, the police saw via surveillance that Little Black boarded a taxi with a broken window, matching the fat guy's disappearance. Little Black handed over the intel to Vincent. The target was at the Frenzy Leaf Club, and the feds were about to spring into action. Subtitle: Target is Vincent, a black American of medium height. Avoid alerting him.